everybody, I'm KK.
I'm Kristen.
Together we are
KK Crochet.
Welcome back for Christmas Extravaganza. And today is another one of those things that we've done based on the cow that we did with Litza, the crochet along, where she was encouraging us to make gifts, certain ones every 2 weeks, to put in our stash to give to other people. And a lot of those things kind of spurred my imagination about how we could do things differently. And this one is not the one that I submitted for her crochet along. It's one I did recently just by thinking about some things and how I wanted to make things a little differently. And so one of the things she asked us to do was water bottle holders, right? And those are simple, right? Everybody knows how to make one or can find a pattern for one. And because when we get to things like that where you can find a pattern for one everywhere and you kind of know the basic construction, that's when I tend to kind of let my imagination run and do things differently, because I don't want to do something I've done before. So this is my water bottle holder. And you can see it's kind of got a different shape. It looks kind of like a bottle holder, but it's got a different shape. If you made it smaller, it probably would also fit a can. So this is, I did not follow a pattern, so I will tell you basically what I did, okay? And I'll step you through it, and you can go back through and listen through the video. This is not a tutorial. This is a basic recipe for what I did, okay? So I did 10 double crochet in a magic ring. If you don't do a magic ring, then start it out how you normally do, where you chain so many and slip stitch to form a ring and do 10 double crochet in that ring. However you normally start, basically the way you normally start a hat, this is what you're going to do. So start your hat how you would start a hat. So I do 10 double crochet in a magic ring, not 12. Then I do 2 double crochets in each stitch for 20 stitches. The third round is 2 double crochet in the first stitch, 1 double crochet in the next around until you have 30 stitches. And then the fourth round is single crochet in the back loop only, and that's so it will stand up and the bottom will stand out by itself, and so you can start working up. So single crochet 1 in each loop in the back loop only all the way around, and it also makes this really decorative kind of ridge here. And so what I did after that is I joined with a slip stitch to the first single crochet, chained 1 and single crocheted back into the first stitch. Okay. Then I skipped 2 and 5 double crocheted into the next stitch all in one. So you're going to chain 1, single crochet in the first stitch, skip 2 stitches, 5 double crochet or a shell stitch, it's a type of shell stitch, into the next stitch. Skip 2, single crochet in the next stitch. Skip 2, 5 double crochet in the next stitch. Skip 2, single crochet in the next stitch. So you're alternating single crochets and 5 double crochets, and you're skipping 2 stitches between it. That's all it is. And so when you come back around to the top, you will slip stitch to the first single crochet, chain up 2 or 3, whatever you normally do for a double crochet, and then 4 more double crochets back into that stitch. So you are putting a shell stitch into the initial single crochet. Then you're going to skip 2 and single crochet into the third double crochet of your shell. Skip 2, 5 double crochet into the single crochet that's there. Okay, so that's what you're going to do. Wait a minute, did I say skip 2? Yeah. So you're putting a double crochet into a 5 double crochets, your shell, into your single crochet, and a single crochet into the third double crochet of each shell, and working all the way around. Hopefully that makes sense. You all have worked a shell stitch before, I'm sure, and you know how that works. You're just alternating. Your shell is going into your single crochet is going into your shell. So I'm trying to think if that means you're still, let's see, single crochet, skip 2. Okay, so you're just skipping over and going from the middle shell, the middle double crochet of the shell over to your single crochet all the way around, and you're just alternating shells and single crochets. I hope that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'm trying to make sense, but it's hard to explain, and then when I said skip 2, I'm like, wait a minute. No, we're going into shells and single crochets. So then when you come back around, you're going to have a shell at the beginning. And so you're going to slip stitch into the chain 2 or 3 that you made initially, slip stitch into the next stitch, and then place a chain 1 and a single crochet into that third stitch in your shell. So that way you're back to doing single crochets, shells, single crochet, shells. And I just repeated that around until I thought it was as tall as it needed to be. I had a bottle with me to check it. And until it's the height you want. Maybe you only want it for a can. Maybe you want it for a bottle. Whatever you need to do. I think I did it 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other than the initial. Let's see, I'm trying to see how many shells I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yeah. And this, of course, will set differently. I just have it folded so you can see the pattern. So then the one thing I did differently is a lot of times we see water bottle holders are made with straps, like crossbody straps. I'm not a real big fan of that if I'm personally wearing it. I'm fine for making it for other people. I just don't want something like that hanging around my neck. It aggravates me and irritates me. So I tried to think of something different, and for some reason I thought about the hair ties that we use, the black hair ties that do not have, maybe you can see, they do not have a metal clasp. They are supposed to be easier on your hair. And so I got one of those, and let's see. I did a single crochet in each double crochet around at the top where you have the shells, and I did a half double crochet in each single crochet, and that forms this V thing you see here, and it evens out your top so you're even along the way, which is what you need. So a single crochet in each double crochet and a half double crochet in each single crochet, because the single crochet is shorter than your shells and you need them to reach up to be even. So that's what I did for that, and that's what makes that decorative V-like shape, but it brings your last row up far enough so it's even. And so then I single crocheted around the hair bow, one single crochet in every stitch until I'd worked around the hair bow. And after that, I have to check and make sure, I chained 2 or slip stitch back, and I chained 2 and double crocheted in the same stitch and double crocheted in the next 2 stitches. And I did that back and forth to make a strap that was big enough for a wristlet like this. Now I know a lot of people are not going to want to carry a water bottle hanging off their arm like that because it's heavy, but what I was thinking is when you're grabbing stuff to go to the car, you don't want to have the extra long strap to be trying to haul around and your water bottle's falling out of the thing, and that's the problem with those. A lot of times the water bottle will fall out when you're moving around. So I thought if you could make it like this, now you do have to open it up to stick it down in there, but once you do that, it's not coming out, right? It's not coming out of there. And you can hold it and carry it to the car like that with your strap and your keys and your purse, and then you're going to put it down in the car anyway. Or you can put a keychain on it and hook it to a belt. What I did was sewn this after I went far enough. I came back and I stitched this in over and over and over and stitched it around the hair bow so that it stretches with the hair bow so it doesn't pull off. So the hairband gives it stretch, and it will stretch for you and you won't have to worry about it breaking. So that's what I did, and you could add buttons, you could add anything to it. I just thought that was a neat way to keep your bottle in there, whereas most water bottle holders are open, and if you drop it, it's going to fall out, or if you're carrying it, it's kind of sloshing around and moving. You could actually do this way and then add the strap to it like you normally do and make it a crossbody where it goes across, and you wouldn't have to worry about it flopping around and falling out. I just like the idea of it being tight around the bottle so that the bottle doesn't fall out. And you can make these for men or women. You can do them in football colors, baseball colors, basketball team colors, school colors, their favorite color. You could use any stitch you wanted. I just really like this shell stitch. I was sitting there playing around with it and I thought, ooh, I really like that stitch. So, make it your own. Do it the way you want to, and make it as big or as small as you want it. If they use little water bottles, you could make it smaller. You can make it small for cans. I just thought being able to have that extra safety there was worth it and would make it not fall out. And I've never seen one like that before. Doesn't mean there's not one, but I just thought that was a neat way to make things work. And so, especially if you have somebody who comes to your house and delivers your mail or something, you could make this in any color and whatever theme, and you could even do a different kind of stitch that maybe wasn't as frilly. I think this is a frilly stitch to me. Or you could do it, if you do it in like black or something like that, it may not look as frilly. I did red for Christmas, but anyway, just you can make it, and you can even hand them a bottle of water in the hot, say, yeah, well, it's not going to be hot in Christmas, but if you make it now, you could hand it to them and say, here's a bottle of water because I know it's hot. Or you could give it to them at Christmas time and say, here's maybe a bottle of water because you're working hard and walking and doing all the things you got to do, because being a mail carrier is not easy. So all those different people you could give it to, whatever. I just thought that was a neat idea. And it's got the wristlet, but you could change it to the other thing if you wanted to. And so, yeah. So now it's time for
Question of the day, Christmas Trivia Edition.
I'm going to have to get a new helper.
What?
It was a little bit delayed. I thought she forgot.
I thought you were going to say it.
No, let's see. I forgot to pick one, so. Okay. Yeah, let's see. Wow. Okay, this is a good one. I like this. A traditional Ukrainian Christmas Eve supper contains how many courses? I need to go. Man, this sounds awesome. A traditional Ukrainian Christmas Eve supper contains how many courses? This is really interesting, so we'll see what you guys think about that. Don't forget to be kind, because
you don't know anyone else's journey.
And come back, because there will be more
Christmas Extravaganza.
That's right. And we'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.